How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm back here again for another first time watch video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I watched a movie last night for the first time, and it's a film that I've heard a lot of mixed things about. Some people either really enjoyed this movie or they really hated it. I even talked to my cousin about it, and he said he thought it was garbage. So, there's been a lot of mixed opinions on this film, and I've been wanting to check it out. But the movie I watched was a Christmas horror film, and yes, I know that Christmas is over with, but I didn't get a chance to watch it around Christmas time. But the movie I'm going to be talking about today is Krampus. And like I said, I heard a lot of mixed things about this movie, and I wanted to check it out. Now, this movie was done by the same director of Trick or Treat, which I absolutely love. Trick or Treat is a great Halloween and horror anthology, and so I was really hyped when I heard that he also did this film. Now the movie, I'm not going to talk about the plot of the film because I'm not reviewing movies in this series. Instead, I'm just going to be talking about my initial thoughts on it from seeing it for the first time. Now, since the film was directed by Trick or Treat that had such a great Halloween feel to it, this movie has a great Christmas feel. In the opening scene, it takes place like in a mall type area, and you see a bunch of people running into the toy stores trying to get their kids Christmas presents, and there's some comedic moments of like you got the mall security guards shocking some people with with tasers and stuff. So you can already tell this movie is going to be have a lot of comedic moments in it, and you know that from the very beginning of it. You're introduced to the main character who you can tell right off the bat that his parents don't spend a lot of time with him. In the opening scenes, his dad talking on the phone, and then his mom's like, "Oh, it's Christmas. I thought you said you weren't going to be working around Christmas." And he says, "I'm just taking phone calls." And the mom is just kind of off doing her own thing. So you can really tell that the son sort of feels left out of his parents' life. They're off doing their own things, and he doesn't feel like he's getting the attention that he deserves. You're also introduced to what is his last name? Hang on, David Kirshner. I can't pronounce his last name, but he kept reminding me of sort of a Cousin Eddie character from Christmas Vacation. He's kind of the redneckish character to come in there. He's kind of like the guy that drinks, and he has his kids as well, his two daughters, who later on in the film, the son sort of mentions that it's almost as if he wishes that his daughters were boys. His older sister, she's of course a typical teenage girl, always on her phone and stuff. So you can really feel that he feels left out of everyone's lives, and he doesn't get treated the way that he feels like he deserves. Really, the closest person he has is his grandmother. He ends up writing a letter to Santa Claus, and his two cousins take it and make fun of it for him, and this completely ruins his Christmas spirit. It was his hope that he had. He's really looking forward for Santa Claus to come down and give him his presents, and now that's ruined. And so he tears up his letter and he throws it out into the snow. And from that point on, that is when Krampus, of course, comes to punish him because he no longer believes in the spirit of Christmas and in Santa Claus. And that's as far as I'll talk about the actual plot. Now I'll go into what I mostly thought about it. I thought this was a pretty good, fun movie. Like I said, there are some pretty good comedic moments in it. Like, for instance, when Krampus is like knocking some of the kids, like taking some of the kids. There's one point where he gets it's actually on the back. He gets this little chain that goes down the fireplace, and there's a gingerbread cookie on it. And one of the uncle's kids, who's kind of slow, he goes over there and he takes a bite out of it. And after he does that, the gingerbread comes to life and grabs him and pulls him up into the fireplace. So there's stuff like that I really did enjoy. He's also got these what do you call them? The Jack in the Box. Yeah, I think that those Jack in the Box type characters. When you turn the thing and they pop up. They have Krampus has those type of things as well. And I just love the idea of him using Christmas toys, or toys that you would associate with, like, Christmas gifts. He uses those toys, those innocent toys, that I'm sure parents remember when they were kids, and then they come to life and they're evil and they're trying to take the family away. So I really like that whole idea. It kept with the whole Christmas. You know, like I said, you know, having Christmas toys or Christmas gifts sort of come to life and be evil. Another thing I really liked about it is the there's one scene in the film when you find out that the grandmother she actually was attacked by Krampus when she was a little girl, and there's a scene when she's talking about you know, what happened to her when she was poor, and her parents, you know, they just kept arguing all the time, and the entire scene is animated, and it looks like a storybook. You can really tell that they tried to draw draw inspiration from a classic storybook or fairy tale, you know, fairy tale type story, and the animation is done very, very well. Clay animation. I really did enjoy the way it looked. It reminded me of Tim Burton, of course, but you know, I know he's not the only director that does that, but I've seen so many Tim Burton films that whenever I see that animation, it reminds me of him. I know that he had nothing to do with this movie, and I know that a lot of other animators, they do the same type of animation, but you guys know what I mean. But she tells the story about when she was a little girl and why Krampus was after her. And from that point on, you know, things, of course, just end up going crazy. But yeah, I really did enjoy this movie. There were some points in it that really bothered me. Like, for instance, in the opening scene when Krampus first returns, when Krampus first appears, you can see storm clouds coming up, and they were, of course, computer generated. And you can really tell that they're computer generated, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. I thought that could have been done better. But other than that, you know, I thought this was a really enjoyable Christmas horror film. You know, and I can understand why people don't like it, but I personally did enjoy it. Now, I'm going to talk about whether or not I recommend this movie or not. Now, it's really hard for me to recommend films because everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has different taste. And I don't want to recommend a movie to somebody and they end up hating it, or, you know what I mean? So, instead, I would just say, if it sounds interesting to you, Netflix it. You know, just, if you don't want to spend money on it, then don't, you know, because I would never want to recommend a movie and tell someone to go out and buy a certain movie, and then they buy it, and then they hate it, you know. I would never want to do that. So, I would recommend seeing it. If you want to check it out on Netflix, you know, I'm sure it's on there. If not, find another way to watch it without, you know, if you don't want to pay any money on it, I'd say Netflix it or something, because, like I said, this is one movie that has gotten a lot of mixed opinions. Some people really enjoy it, some people really hate it. You know, personally, I enjoyed it, but I'm definitely somebody that's open to a lot of films, because I love all different types of films, and I feel that unless you enjoy a lot of different types of films, you may not like this. But then again, you might love this movie, you know? So yeah, honestly, I really did enjoy Krampus. It's not I wouldn't say it's a perfect movie by any means. I wouldn't say it's a new classic or anything like that. But it's an enjoyable movie, and I would say, you know, if it sounds interesting to you, Netflix it, check it out. And, yeah, then you can decide for yourself whether or not you want to pick the movie up. But anyway, guys, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I will be doing more of these first-time watch videos because I really enjoy talking about my first opinion or my first thoughts on a movie, watching it for the very first time. You know, I think it's really interesting to hear what somebody thinks about a movie when they first see it. You know, and I want to start doing that with this new series. I'm going to be talking about a lot of other modern horror films I haven't seen, because there's some of them, like The Witch is another one I'm going to be talking about, and It Follows. There are two movies that I have not seen, and I do plan on checking those out. I'm also going to be doing some videos talking about some classic horror movies that I need to check out as well. These are movies that I've heard so many people talk about, and I need to finally sit down and watch them. So expect a lot more of these videos coming to you guys soon, and if you guys want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Thanks everyone for watching once again. I will be having my big Blu-ray update, my monthly Blu-ray update. Hopefully by Saturday or Sunday it will be up. I'm actually heading down to FYE tomorrow, so I will be picking up some more things. I already have enough. I have about 8 Blu-rays to show off already, so I already have enough for an update, but I'm going to wait until after I go to FYE tomorrow and pick up some more stuff, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this video, and let me know what you think about Krampus. Do you think it's a new horror classic, or did you hate it? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone is having a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.